Should we go through what we got?
Let's do it.
Sedum morganianum.
That sounds like a Harry Potter spell, isn't it? Yeah.
Sedum morganianum. And the pubicolix splash. Yeah, that's a strange name. Strange names.
Just one more time.
Pubicolix. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Claire and this is Yoli. I make videos all about houseplant care, sharing tips and tricks I've learned over the years to help keep your plants happy and healthy. And I'm super excited because tomorrow I'm going to another plant swap again. I honestly don't know where the last 6 months have gone. Apparently it's that time again. But so I'm going to take you through all of the plants that I'm bringing to the swap, and then I'm going to take you with me to the swap itself, and then at the end I will do a little mini haul and show you all of the plants I come away with. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. So it's kind of hard to know where to start. I've brought everything over that I'm going to take to the swap, and as usual I'm feeling like I might have gone slightly overboard. I know I have brought a lot to the last 2 plant swaps. This is my 3rd one that I'm going to, but I have got some full plants that I'm taking this time as well. I'm not getting the train this time, I am driving, so I've gone a little bit crazy, but I'm just going to make my way through all of them. But the first one is the Philodendron Splendid. I'm bringing quite a few cuttings of this. I'm bringing 3 cuttings and then several wet stick cuttings as well. If I've got duplicates of a plant that I'm bringing, I'm just going to show you one because it's pointless showing you lots. But this one's rooted really nicely into the moss pole, and as you can see, it has got a little growth point. So it's got some roots and it's kind of partially rooted, I'd say, but I think it's a beautiful cutting and I think it's one that would make somebody very happy. And then I've decided to chop up my Monstera Esqueleto just because it was getting very runnery. It needs to go on a moss pole really. And again, I know it's a plant that a lot of people really love. So I'm taking 2 leaf cuttings of this, and then I'm also taking some wet sticks as well. And then I'm taking some red coral cactus cuttings too. This one's got beautifully sun stressed at the moment and it's really, really pinky, and it's got lots of lovely new growth there as well. And this is a plant that I just adore this plant. I think it's very underrated and it's one that not a lot of people seem to own. So yeah, I've got quite a few of them. And then I did a thing. I decided that I was going to chop up my variegated Monstera adansonii, and I haven't chopped it all the way back, but I've taken probably about 6 cuttings of it. So I'm going to bring them along. They are all, I mean, the leaf shape on the variegated adansonii, this is the Indonesian marble, but it's all a little bit random. And this one is probably the only leaf that kind of vaguely resembles the Adansonii. Others are really weird. They almost look a bit epipremnamy, but yeah, so I've got lots. And also look at the little aerial roots on that. I feel like as soon as that gets into moss or water, it's just going to go crazy. So yeah, I've got quite a few of them. And then very small, very random cutting, but this is just a little Hoya sigillatus cutting. I don't really know why I decided to take a cutting of that. I think I probably should have brought over all of my bigger plants first and then thought about cuttings, but I chopped this like straight away and I was like, it'll make someone happy. It's a beautiful Hoya. And then also I did take a cutting of my Hoya undulata red. I know I said in my video recently of the plants that I was getting rid of that I might get rid of this one. And I think I am going to wait it out a little bit longer with the rest of the plant and see how it does come summertime, but I thought I would take a cutting of it because it's such a beautiful Hoya. And again, I know I'm saying it will make someone happy, but I know that it really will because I know how in love I was with it when I first got it. So yes, and then I've also been very brave. I feel like I've been very brave with the cuttings that I've taken for the swap in general, to be honest. I get a little bit scared of cutting my plants sometimes. But I also took a cutting of my Hoya macrophylla. This is the one that I was sold some macrophylla red. I'm not convinced that it is at all. But yes, I've got a beautiful cutting of that that's got some lovely new growth coming up there as well. And then I'm going to take a couple of my Anthurium clarinervium seedlings because the ones that I germinated in the dark are really well rooted. I don't think I would do this if I wasn't driving. I think if I was getting the train, I'd be a little bit nervous because obviously they're still very juvenile, they're still very fragile. But I thought I'd bring a few of them because I must have about 80 or 90 of them and there's no way I'm going to fit them all in my house. So, yep. And then I've got quite a few little rooted varicosum wet sticks that are all sprouting and they're giving me some beautiful growth. But I think I had about 6 or 7 in my prop box, and I've got a couple that I'm going to keep back for myself and try and get a lovely new plant going. But these ones, again, I was just like, I don't need loads of them, and it's a gorgeous plant. So yeah, it's also got some incredible roots on it. I'm going to have to wrap obviously all of these up and put them in moss and write out all the labels tonight. They do give you labels at the event to write out when you're there, but I think probably because I do just tend to go a little bit OTT, I find it easier to do it ahead of time so that when I'm there, I don't just have to be scribbling stuff down. So that is my plan. And then this one, it doesn't look like much, but this is an Amedrium silver that I did actually lose the leaf on, but as you can see, it is sprouting and it's got some amazing roots. So yeah, I've got the full plant of the Amedrium silver and I really like it, but I kind of thought maybe I'd pop them back up together, but for some reason that's just not appealing to me. I don't know why. And yeah, I think it would make somebody else happier. So that one is going to the swap. And then we've got a couple more propagations and then the rest are kind of bigger, fuller plants. But I've just got a little Syngonium albo that I'm rooting. I said it recently, but I have just fallen out of love with the Syngonium albo a little bit. I don't know why. I think it is gorgeous, but Syngoniums in general just aren't really doing it for me at the moment. So yeah, it's got amazing roots. I think it will do really well for somebody. And then these I haven't taken out yet, but I've got 2 in 1 here. This is, oh, if I can get it out and show you. This one is a really nicely rooted Ripsalis bachyfera cutting, mistletoe cactus. And then I've got a little Hoya gracilis cutting as well, which has got not the most incredible root system in the world, but I think it probably would be ready to go into soil. Hoya seems to do quite well in soil, so I'm going to take those. And then I am taking quite a few of my Philodendron Sodoroi Ath baby plants because, again, I chopped the mother plant up fairly recently. I did keep a cutting of it back for myself, but I have been left with quite a few little baby plants that all seem to be doing fairly well. I know it's a little bit of, I think that's probably tail damage, Yoli's tail. But yes, I've got a few of those. And then I was tempted to bring a couple of these, but I think I might pot the other one back up with my bigger plant. But some Philodendron gloriosum cuttings, which are completely rooted. This one's actually starting to give me a new leaf as well, but I think these ones will be ready to go straight into soil. But I just thought that was such a gorgeous leaf. And I really do love the gloriosum. I think its veination is beautiful. I love how velvety it is. But as I say, I have got other sections that if I wanted to put up for myself, then I could. So I'm trying not to be too precious about things. And then there's still a few more. Then I'm taking the Begonia Snowcap. Again, I spoke about it in my recent video. It's beautiful, but it's just not doing great in my care. And it's on the whole fairly healthy, but I think it would make somebody else a lot happier. It has got a little leaf down there that I noticed when I was filming the last video, and that kind of makes me want to keep it. I don't know why, but I'm not going to do it because I know that someone else will love it more than me. I don't know why when I start seeing new growth on a plant, it starts to just make me excited and it makes it harder to part with the plant, but I'm being brutal here. And then this one is a cutting from my friend's plant. This is a purple passion plant, and actually I need to top up its water, but as you can see, its roots are insane. This one has been ready to be potted for a while and it's given me so much growth. And I think it is a really gorgeous plant, but I'm not typically one for super colourful plants, and this one just isn't doing it for me. So yeah, I thought I would take that one along to the swap. I really wanted to fall in love with that one, but I just don't think it's my sort of plant, to be honest. And then I've got a couple of monkey tail cactus cuttings that are just rooting in soil at the moment. I will take them out and have a look and see what the root system looks like, but I can feel that they're fairly well rooted in there, I think. So yeah, these are just, again, ones that Yoli knocked when it was on the floor. Her tail knocked bits of it off. It's one of my favourite plants, and I know it's not that common over here, so I hope that someone's really going to appreciate this. And then this is a rogue choice, but I have decided that I'm going to take my Monstera Thai constellation to the swap. I'm not getting on well with it. It's not looking... I mean, some of its leaves are okay, but it's just not looking as healthy as it could be. I really like it, but I just don't like it enough. And again, I know it's one that a lot of people are trying to get their hands on, and I think it would make someone else a lot happier than it's making me. So that one is coming. And then I've got some variegated Monstera, not variegated Monstera Adansonii, variegated Monstera deliciosa cuttings as well. These are just elbows. I've got so many elbow cuttings and I just kind of need to clear some space and get rid of them. I love the elbow, but I'm not attached to each individual cutting because I have got so many of them. And then there's 3 more. This is my Scindapsus trubii Moonlight, and this is one that I've just kind of had an on-off battle with for quite a long time, and I just don't think it's worth it anymore. I think someone else is going to love it way more than I do and hopefully have a lot more luck, because this has just been the slowest growing plant in the world. I haven't been able to get anything to happen for me with this plant, so yeah, I think it's fair to say that I've given up with this one, but hopefully we'll get something lovely in return. And then I've just got some standard Philodendron scandens cuttings. I've got my big plant, as you can see, coming all the way down here. It's reached the floor many times. I'm constantly having to chop it back. And this one, I'm pretty sure you can see some, yeah, I can see some roots in there. So it's, again, partially rooted, I would say. And then finally, I know I spoke about chopping up my Philodendron Paraiso Verde, but I think I'm going to just take it as a full plant. I think someone will really like the way that it's growing. It's not ticking boxes for me. It's super well rooted into the moss pole, so I'm just going to take it as is. And I guess if people want to take cuttings when they're there, they can, but I kind of feel like it deserves a lovely home, and I don't think I'm doing that for it at the moment. So yeah, as I say, I have got some other wet stick cuttings that I'm taking. I'm taking some Anthurium limon cuttings, not the leaf cuttings, but I've got some wet sticks of that, so I'm going to take them. Philodendron Splendid, Esqueleto. I've got quite a few, and I've probably got other prop boxes as well with wet sticks in that I could bring. So yeah, it's quite a lot, I realise, and maybe I won't get rid of it all, but these are all things that I would really hope to find good homes. So even if I don't swap for every single thing, I'm just going to be happy knowing that they're going to go to someone that's going to really like them. So yeah, I'm gonna pack all of them up because I've got a lot of wrapping and label writing to do, and then I will bring you with me tomorrow for the swap. So we've just got back from the plant swap. This is
This is Robert. Robert, is it Robert? Hi. Ross.
Ross.
I want to do it.
You'll go on then.
Oh, I can't do it. You'll get like cancelled.
Well, it's fine. We don't have to see you again. Bring on Robert next time. This is my boyfriend, partner, boy, man, who just attended his very first plant swap. How did you find it, Ross? Did you enjoy yourself?
I did, yeah. I had a really good time. Considering I had no idea they existed until you invited me to one, I had a really nice time. Everyone was really, really lovely and really friendly.
Yeah, it was a really lovely day, and Emma and Lisa did such an amazing job with organising it. And I might have included it in the vlog, but Yoli, go away. Yoli's sniffing all the plants. But there was a talk on sustainability there as well with Sarah the plant rescuer, with T's Jungle and Soil Ninja. It was something they hadn't done before, and yeah, it was just a really awesome day. Should we go through what we got?
Let's do it.
I don't know the IDs of absolutely everything, so we're just gonna take some guesses. But I'll start off with one that, so basically I know last time I said that I was gonna do like more logging my swaps and stuff like that. I didn't do that. It ended up just us setting up the table and basically just saying, whatever you want, take it, so long as it is going to a good home.
Yeah, you abandoned me for quite some time,
I did.
Actually, and left me in charge, so I think people got some real good bargains from our table, because I just said, yeah, take it and come find us later.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, everything that I took, I didn't want to come back with, so it was just nice that it all went.
Everyone was so honourable though. People were coming up. I think at the end, people were really sweet, saying, "I took something. I need you to swap." I thought that was really, really sweet. Actually,
nice.
People could have easily not, but everyone was like super into the point of it being that you got to swap something. So yeah,
absolutely. I mean, people were kind of like doing it different ways, weren't they? Some people were kind of very much doing like swap for swap, go and look at plants, and if you want to swap, then yes or no. Other people were just kind of giving things, and it was really nice. People were just doing what felt right for them. So yeah. So, Ross, what did you get?
Well, I don't know their names.
That one's name, it's got it written.
That one is on this one. Yes, this was the first one we swapped. Oh, well, you're going to make me say it. The Oxalis triangularis.
Very good. That sounded so catchy. Well done.
Considering that was the first go I actually tried.
It's very good.
Yeah, I got it because it was the love plant.
It's the love plant, and it's really pretty. It's probably personally not my sort of plant, just because I don't tend to go for the super colourful ones. And
you will definitely see a theme with every one I pick.
I was going to say, ironically, all of yours are super colourful, and all of mine are very green. But no, it's gorgeous. There's actually two in here. I think there's a little one in a bag as well. The woman that did this very nicely put all the information about the plant on it as well.
Oh yeah, every single one was like perfectly written out with all of this on,
She'd done description for every single plant. So I just thought that was a very nice touch. Some people were doing lovely things actually. I saw a few people doing things like that and like giving little gifts and like setting things up really nicely, kind of like their own little swap shop.
Yeah, everyone had their own little vibe to it, didn't they? And kind of how they wanted to set it up. One was very organised, if I remember.
Very organised.
And some were a bit more have that, almost. And yeah, but it was quite nice that everyone could do their own thing and however they wanted to do it.
So yeah, that one, I don't know a lot about this plant just because I've never owned it before. I know I know loads of people have got this plant, but Sydney Plant Guy's one, I know he does a lot of time-lapsey things where it's really dehydrated and then he'll give it some water and it'll go whoop again. And it does look beautiful. It's just probably not a plant I would choose for me.
But not.
You know how colour just kind of jars me a bit?
Oh yeah, you are a bit...
I'm just a bit
weird.
I like it outside. If I could have that as an outdoor plant, I would love it. Like if I could put it on my balcony, I'd be happy. But for some reason, having it in the house, it wouldn't feel like a plant. Does that sound stupid? For me, it wouldn't. But a little bit. It wouldn't feel like, I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to properly appreciate it because I think it would be distracting from my other plants.
Yes, because this place isn't distracting at all.
Not at all. But it's very green and I like...
You've got a theme, you've stuck to it, yeah. Absolutely.
I'm gonna launch in with one that it was a wish list plant of mine and I'm so happy that I've come away with it. It is an Alocasia sinuata and it is the most beautiful thing in the world, and it's also got a new little leaf there, which I am super, super, super excited about. Oh, and also just there,
you got a free one.
So that is basically Alocasia's put out corms, and that is, you can divide that from the main plant. You can grow a whole new plant from it. It's got a little baby coming up as well, which is very exciting.
Can I?
Yeah, you may.
It looks like it's going to be fun to feel. Oh,
It's
yeah.
cool, isn't it?
I dig that. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Like it.
They look so like spacey and otherworldly, and actually this is a really good light to see it in because I've got the light box on. You can see kind of like there's one called an alocasia dragon scale, and that's kind of like this, but it's not as shiny and it's not as ribbed. And this one, you're immature. So we've established that the plant has a nice texture to it. And I'm thinking that I'm probably going to try and grow this one in pon. I know I've always said pon is basically semi-hydro. It's like not soil, semi-hydroponics. And I know a lot of people, including Emma, have had a lot of luck growing alocasia in pon. And I'm getting slightly braver with it. I have recently transferred a few plants into pon. Probably going to give it a week or so to just adjust, and then I'm gonna take the leap. But yeah, that is one that I was super, super happy with.
What should I pick next? Let's go with this one.
It's a Tradescantia.
It's a Tradescantia.
It's a Tradescantia.
Once again, I went for it because it's kind of pink and purple.
Oh, it's a Tradescantia zebrina.
Tradescantia zebrina.
Yeah.
They don't make it easy, do they?
They don't make it easy.
I thought this one was, again, I thought it was kind of pretty. And obviously, again,
gorgeous.
I quite like the colourful ones, and I thought it was quite nice. And I think I checked with you on several occasions of, will I kill it?
Tradescantia is literally a perfect like starter plant if you haven't. Yeah. I've got a Tradescantia in my bedroom, not a purple one, but it's literally ridiculously easy. It's got really gorgeous, like the tops of the leaves are so silvery, it's like they've been painted. And this is one that I'm really excited about. This, and I've never even heard of this Hoya before, it's a Hoya AH079. And it kind of looks like, I think, a cross between like the Wilbur Graves and the Pubicalyx Splash. Yeah, that's a strange name. Strange names. Ross cracks easily in case you haven't realised.
Just one more time.
Pubicalyx. But I thought it looked like a cross between that, and I just think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I just love splashy Hoyas in general. But yeah, I thought this one was just amazing, and I can't remember, as I say, I can't remember if I did a direct swap for this one. I don't think I did. But yeah, I'm over the moon with it.
Let's go for this little diddy one, which might need a little bit of love.
Yeah, it needs a bit of hydrating.
A little bit of hydrating, but we picked this one up.
So this is an Alocasia caprea Red Secret.
Alocasia caprea Red Secret. That's probably the easiest one so far, that I think. You've got one of these somewhere.
I have, so it's a little bit curly at the moment. It needs some water, and I'm actually not even sure if this one's rooted, so it might need rooting. But it's a little Alocasia caprea Red Secret, and I was actually kind of half thinking, I don't know, I'm just not that in love with mine at the moment. And then you were looking in the cabinet the other day and you said that you really liked that one, didn't you?
They kind of remind me of the turtle shells, which appealed to me, so that was quite, I liked it. And then when you found one of them, you said there is your own one. Yeah,
I mean, well, I'm thinking when this is rooted, we can maybe pot them up together, and you can take care of them. This is probably a slightly more challenging plant than the Tradescantia.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, some people get on really well with alocasia, but they can be a little bit temperamental. So this is the same genus as that type of plant.
I thought they were quite similar looking.
Yeah, there's a few actually that I've got that are the same genus, but obviously different variations. I think it's gorgeous, and again, very purpley, very spacey.
I would like 4 so I can name them after the Ninja Turtle.
I mean, that can happen. There's a new leaf on the way on that one. So
I've got a long-term plan here. So that's what I was going for.
Okay, let's do this one next, because this one is cool. Oh, a little bit of it just fell off. This is and I've never heard of this before. This is a Kalanchoe biharensis. But this is what it looks like. And I like Kalanchoes, but I haven't had any in my collection for a few years. And the guy that gave me this, he showed me a picture of what it looks like as a full plant, and I will try and find a picture and put it on the screen because it looks absolutely insane. Did you see the picture of it?
No.
It looks like a full tree. It's crazy. Like, typically Kalanchoes grow kind of quite bushy, and this one just has such an unusual structure to it. And it's also, and I know you probably won't be able to properly tell on camera, but it's really, really furry. It's kind of like the Streptocarpus pretty turtle that I had a while ago. It's got that same kind of texture to it. want to rub it on my face.
Yeah, you've been doing that a lot.
It's really gorgeous and I'm really excited about it. And I think in order to propagate this one, you propagate it in a similar way to peperomia by kind of like taking sections of the leaf. I think that's right.
This is what I was curious at, because
Yeah.
that's when I saw, obviously, there are some things, as a bit of a novice here,
Yeah.
it's quite clear how you do it. Then someone says, here's a leaf, and turns it into another plant. That kind of blew my mind that was even possible.
So there are some types of plants, like peperomia is like the most probably commonly known one, where you can essentially literally just cut it like into any section and plant that in either sphagnum moss, perlite, and then it will start to grow a whole new plant from that.
That's pretty mad.
It's cool, isn't it? It's really cool. I think that is how you do it. And because this has already got, it's so fragile, but it's already got a few little breaks in the leaf, I think that's probably gonna be the best option. And I'll probably try it in a few different mediums and see what works best. Because yeah, I mean, I like just playing about with different substrates and stuff and seeing what's gonna work best. So yeah, that's my plan for that one.
I think this one might be my favourite, because I grabbed this one and I
cool, isn't
really like this one. I like the traily ones. I think they're a bit of fun. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I got this one, which again, on the top, nice and green. On the bottom, purple and pink.
Oh, how
Bit of me.
exciting.
So yeah, I really like this one. I thought it was really, really nice. And yeah, you will now tell me what it's called.
See, I don't know exactly. I'm pretty certain it's another type of Tradescantia. If you look at the bottom, you can see all the purpliness. So yeah, I think it's another variety of this. I might be wrong, and please do correct me in the comments if I am, but I think its form looks very similar. So yeah, I will have to find out, but if it is, again, it's going to be very low maintenance, very easy to care for.
I remember asking you that as well, because I remember liking it and feeling, I think it'd be horrible if I were to ruin it.
I think it's one that you'll, assuming it is a Tradescantia, you'll be able to just pretty much let it dry out, and then, yeah, it should just do its thing. It will survive in all sorts of lighting conditions. So
my dark flat.
Your dark flat, it will do well in your dark flat. But yeah, it will do some, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. If you look at the stems, and then you look at the stems of that one, do you see what I mean?
They're kind of similar, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm pretty certain it is. And I also, I kind of whiz through a couple now, because I'm blabbering. What's the word I'm looking for?
I think blabbering's a good one.
Blabbering.
Yeah.
I just got some, like a mixed bunch of pothos cuttings. I got some, I'm pretty sure these are global greens, and some marble queens. I just thought they were so pretty, and they're all, I mean, just like a really nice leaf size, and I want to add some more epipremnum to my collection. I know I've got some pothos already, but the marble queen is one of my favourites, but I just thought they were beautiful, and I'm excited to propagate them and maybe even do a mixed bunch. I usually don't like mixing different types of plants in the same pot.
Why not?
Again, it's the same thing as putting colour in the room, but just something about it jars me. I don't know why, but the fact that these, like, it's just a really, they look like almost like a gorgeous bunch of green flowers. I think they might look quite nice growing together.
They kind of go together, don't they?
They
They
do.
don't look too dissimilar. And how big will they get? So obviously, I'm amazed that someone can bring in something so small and then turns it into this
I know.
big old plant, which unless that's a stupid thing to say to everyone that's probably watching.
No, not at all.
I
not
thought it
at
was
all.
really, really cool that you can sort of, that's why I thought the plant sort was quite nice, that you
Yeah.
can kind of bring very little and turn it into something awesome. So yeah, like when you plant that, is it going to get massive, or does it stay pretty small?
So, I mean, it depends how you grow it. If you were to put it on a moss pole and it was to be able to absorb lots of kind of micronutrients and moisture that way, then assuming it had good light, it has the potential for leaves to get huge. But commonly, and like how I tend to do it, like the one trailing off my fridge just there, and in fact, the one that you've got a cutting off, which is this one, the Marble Queen, that just tends to, it's very fast growing, but tends to just kind of trail. And, and I think that's, that's my preference. I know I could get it on a pole, but I think I prefer them trailing. You've got
I've got two left, yeah.
I was going to say as well, I've got quite a lot here to get through, and what I think I'll probably do when we've kind of finished doing these bits is I'll probably do a plant chores video tomorrow, because I've got lots of things that I want to do to them as well, and there's like very little ones that I want to show you. I might do that in that video so that I can do like a full breakdown of all of them then. But this is another one that I'm super excited about.
Pretty cool.
It's so cool. This is a philodendron fuzzy petiole, and I've never had one of these before. again, this wasn't a swap. This was just a very, very kind person, Francesco, saying, would you like it? And just, yeah, it was.
I saw the excitement when he handed that to you.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, you were so excited when you got that. It was, I could tell you.
Yeah, this has been a wish list plant again for ages. I don't know if he knew that, but I'm just over the moon with it. It's beautiful. It's clearly potted up as well, so I'm guessing it's got a good root system. It looks like there is a start of some new growth there as well. So yeah, I'm super, super, super excited for this.
This feels like it's one that could get quite big.
It has the potential to get huge.
Really?
Absolutely
kind of
huge.
like your big epic thing over there.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep it in the right conditions and it gets lots of light and stuff, and again, moss pole-wise, I would have thought. I'm just going to have a look, actually. Because so as I say, I've never owned this plant before. It's definitely an upright plant, but yeah, I guess it would be, it's a philodendron, it's a climber. I guess it would be moss poley, although like if you look at it, obviously it's lost some leaves down the bottom, but there's no kind of, I don't see any aerial roots or anything like that. So that's those are the bits that you should kind of grip on. I guess I just kind of put it on a pole, encourage it to climb and see what happens. But yeah, I was so chuffed with that. I've come away with some things that I'm excited about all of them, to be honest. I have like some of the previous plant swaps, there's maybe been like one or two that I'm like, do I really want that? Do I really need that? And I feel like everything I've come away with this time, I'm just really, really excited about. So, yes, that's that one. Go.
Do I get to go now?
You gotta go.
This is my new desk plant.
Did you choose it because of the pot, or did you choose it because of the plant?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the pot did catch my eye, but I thought I dug the plant, and I was just thinking that my desk could do with a little bit of something, and this felt like the right kind of thing that would go on a nice desk that wasn't going to kind of cause any dramas and get in the way and things like that. So that's why I looked at it. I thought it was a bit of fun, and I hope you're now going to tell me what it's called.
I don't know again the specific. I know it's a Houseplant.
Houseplant, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, I don't have any Houseplant in my collection. I don't know the specific Houseplant. What I'll do is I'll try and find the names of what I think they are, and I'll put them on the screen. But as I say, please do correct me if I am wrong, which I will likely be with some of these plants because I don't know them. But no, it's really cool. Like the structure of the plant, it almost doesn't look real, does it? It's almost kind of like a plasticky plant.
Yeah, it kind of looked a bit fantasy-like, and that's why I think it stood out a little bit. But yeah, no, I dug it, and I thought it was a bit of fun. And you also said that these are the kind of things that are difficult to kill.
Yeah, so long as you don't overwater them and it gets good light, which if it's going in your office, I feel like it will, then yeah, it should be fine. I'm just looking at it closely. It literally looks like a model, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Do you reckon we've been like pranked here? Do you think this is
Someone's
actually
like
someone's made it and just thought they'll pass it off as a plant? But it's quite firm, isn't it? And it does. Yeah. I know what you mean. It does sort of seem a little bit. I think that's kind of why it appeals to me, because it doesn't. Yeah. It sort of doesn't feel like it's real in a sort of strange way. Wording this poorly, but
no, I don't think I looked at it that closely.
That's why I thought I quite liked it. It looks a little bit prehistoric.
It really does, doesn't it? Yeah, no, that's actually really awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't picking anything up based on what I knew about the plant. It was more purely aesthetic and whether I like the look of it, which is why I went for it.
No, I think it's cool. I think it's really cool.
And it would definitely make my desk look.
That and your teddy bear.
That and my pink teddy bear, yes. Thanks for sharing that to everyone. But yeah, I like that.
Right, okay, I'm just going to do what's on the table, and the stuff that's not on the table will be the video that will be going up. I will film tomorrow and will be going up in a couple of days. Okay, so this is one that I don't think I'd heard of. This is a philodendron, I'm going to say this wrong, fibricataphyllum. How would you say that?
Yep.
Fibricataphyllum. I'm going to go with it, and I think that's what it says. And currently, oh, I just leant on my light box and turned the lights off. That's currently what it's looking like. But I googled some pictures of what it looks like when it's big, and it is stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm really excited about this one. I don't think I've ever seen it available in plant shops or anything like that. Maybe I have, but to my knowledge, I haven't.
That's why this spot was really, really cool, wasn't it? Because you can just, like, you know, you walk around these shops and you don't really know, and you can talk to people about it, and you can ask them a bit about it, and you can. That's why I thought it was quite nice.
Yeah,
that is that you can sort of walk away with something, and you can ask someone the question, and what is it, where it comes from, more, and just see something you haven't seen before, which is what I thought was. That's why I really thought it was it's just a really cool idea that Emily have come up with.
100%. Like, there's so many things that you just might like. Also, the calancho. Like, I've never ever seen that before. I've never seen that anywhere. And a lot of the time, the planty people want to bring things that they want to share. Like, if they've got a plant, like I know, sort of like my monkey tail cactus and stuff like that. Some things that I brought. I mean, there were some things that I just wanted to swap for something else, but some of the things that I brought, I was like, I really love this plant. I think it would make someone happy, and that's just a really nice way of doing it.
Yeah, and I think as the kind of cuttings idea was like, I think that's really interesting, because like you're not swapping it, you're kind of giving a bit and then you keep a bit, and I think that's really nice that you can sort of share plants that you think are interesting without actually giving it up if you also want to keep it. So again, it's just a very, very cool idea.
Coming to the next one?
It seems like I am, doesn't it? Like, what's the next one? Birmingham, Scotland? Big plans.
You'll have some cuttings of your own to take by then.
You turned me so quickly.
Like, I know.
I had one plant in my flat. Now I think I've got 5. Add these to it, I've now got 10.
Oh, that's good. You're doing well.
I'll be at Jungle Haven in no time.
Woohoo!
There's one that I'd like you to talk about because I think it's awesome.
That one. This is a really cool one. So its Latin name is Sedum morganianum. I'm going to say.
That sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Isn't it?
Sedum morganianum. But its common name is donkey's tail. And this is...
that's not as cool.
That's not... Donkey's tail!
Also, what donkeys are we looking at here? That, like...
I don't know. I mean, it's very similar... Looks-wise, it's very similar to burrow's tail, which is another type of plant. And this one, I think, is actually variegated. I think I assume when it gets a little bit sun-stressed, it goes very pinky. That's what the lovely woman that I got it from told me. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what it does. I think it's got a really cool, funky texture. And as you guys know, I love texture in plants. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So yeah, I'm very excited to see how it grows.
You know what that kind of plant would look really good in?
You're going to say a terrarium, aren't you?
Terrarium, yeah. It's like, I know you don't have to do it, but it's...
No, I'm just not sure it would like it.
Really?
Yes, because this is a succulent and they don't tend to, I will do some research into this plant, but don't tend to need or necessarily like very high levels of humidity.
Okay.
Because a lot of the time they come from a desert environment
kind of
where it's dry.
Things, right? Okay.
Yeah. If you then put them in a very like tropical, humid environment, it will cause them to rot.
Right, okay. That's a shame, because I think it would look kind of cool in there.
It would look cool. It would look really cool. I'll tell you one that would look really cool, and that is this one, the begonia.
Interesting.
This is one that I was going to save and show you tomorrow, but I'm just going to show you now because I thought, as you guys know, I'm not the best with begonias, and I'm not the biggest colourful plant fan. So you would think that this might not be my sort of plant. However, we've been getting into building terrariums recently, haven't we?
We've really committed quite hard, haven't we?
We really have. We've built quite a few. And obviously, we put begonia actually in one that you made your light up skull one.
Oh, the skull one, yeah.
Yeah, and I just felt like this would make a really awesome terrarium plant. And I don't know why with colourful plants, I think if they're contained in a terrarium, it doesn't jar me so much. I don't know why. But yeah, I don't know off the top of my head the exact name of this one, Begonia Rex. I'll if there's more details, I'll put them on the screen. But yeah, it's a little bit floppy at the moment. I think I need to probably get it into some water or moss, but very beautiful. It's got such silvery leaves on that side as well. But yes, that would be a good terrarium plant. Huge terrarium.
You need a big terrarium for it.
You need a very big
but we've
terrarium.
kind of made quite a big terrarium, so I think, yeah, it probably would work.
Yeah.
With the lights as well, it would look really cool.
It would look awesome.
Very cool.
So iridescent.
Got one left, but it is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
And
you may have already seen it in this video.
This one is mad. It's like it's lit up. It's
cool, isn't it?
So cool. I mean, like it looks like a dragon.
It's
and
really
I think
awesome.
It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'll let you do the whole camera thing, but It's super cool.
This is the purple passion plant that I was actually going to take to the swap because I wasn't totally in love with it. And I was packing the box on the morning that we went, and you said, "Oh my god, that's such a cool plant." And so
yeah, I lost my mind over this one. I thought it was so cool.
It's really cool.
Amazing.
Do you want to know a fun fact about this plant? So it's not actually purple. It's actually just a completely green plant, but all of the hairs on it are so purple that when it catches the light, it looks purple.
Oh yeah, when you kind of lift it up, the whole thing will turn purple.
Yeah. It's really cool, isn't it?
Very cool. This is just awesome, isn't it?
It's really awesome. And again, this is one that is so easy. I got it from my friend's plant when it was literally like that big. And this is in the space of maybe 2 months it's grown. And it's so easy to look after as well.
That's surprising because it looks like the kind of thing that should be more complicated.
I kind of know.
Considering how cool it is, you just think that must be really difficult. But no, I'm super excited about this one. This might be the best one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad I didn't swap it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I caught it as well because I definitely thought it was
my first swap of the day. I'm gonna do one more now.
Oh, which will it be?
So this is an Aescananthus Bolero Biolaw. And I've got an Aescananthus marmoratus, the Black Pagoda, and obviously this one has got such a different structure to it. Like my other one, its leaves are quite big. This one almost looks more like a Hoya. Like if you look at the plant up there, that's a Hoya. I'm looking at the Hoya Bella. It almost looks like a variegated Hoya Bella instead of an Aescananthus, but I'm just really excited to watch this one grow. I think it's beautiful and I love my other Aescananthus, so I'm really excited about that one.
It's very nice looking, yeah.
It's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. But as I say, I've got quite a few more that I'm gonna do. Basically, all of the ones that I've got, the ones left are fairly small. They all are kind of in bags or in boxes. They need stuff doing to them. So I will do a long plant chores video, to film it tomorrow, going up in a few days, in which I will also be chopping my Monstera dubia. So I know, I've been so scared to make that chop. So be there for that. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed having Ross on the channel. Would you like to see more of Ross? Because he'd like to be here more.
I quite enjoyed this. This was nice.
Good.
Thanks for really long. Like I said, it was one of those things that I never would have done before, and I genuinely had a guess.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And yeah, it was just such a wonderful event. I'll leave another plant swaps link down in the description box below as well, so that if anybody wants to come to future events, then you can. But no, it was a really lovely day.
We might be there.
We will be there, 100%. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video.